What's going on, guys? We are back. With some NBA 2K.
From the East Bank Esplanade, a great view of the Hawthorne Bridge.
Yeah, here we go.
Portland, Oregon.
Oh,
It's a Western
yes,
Conference game on display featuring the Sacramento Kings. Great to have you with us, everybody, live on 2K Sports alongside Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. I'm Kevin Harlan. A quick check now at the starting lineups for both teams. And guys, checking out Damian Lillard. What can we expect here?
Well, he's the man on this team, and it's not just because of his ability to make plays. He's also the leader. He's the guy who does most of the talking in the huddles, and the other players really seem to follow him.
And that's the thing with him, Steve. He's their leader on the floor and in the locker room, and you need a guy who can be both.
Back to the road tomorrow, as this is the final game of the Trailblazer homestand. They're still in the picture, playoff-wise, but 3 games back from that 8th slot. They'll need to play well down the stretch.
And Kevin, one thing about tonight's game, they do not want to get swept in the season series. They don't want to lose all 4 times to this club, so plenty of motivation for them tonight.
If you look at the first 3 games, the way they've gone, I mean, they've got a huge mountain to climb. They have struggled. It's hard for them not to have doubt creep in their minds based on the way things have gone. It's going to be a test of not only their will, but their resolve and skill, too.
For 2.
He dishes it to Matthews. Here's Robinson. A terrific shot on the turnaround.
Oh, you got to love the footwork. How about that turnaround?
Now Bell, coming off a stellar performance against Oklahoma City.
Well, it clearly was a tough rookie season for Thomas Robinson, guys. He really struggled to find his shot, and right now he's trying to figure out how to score effectively in the NBA. I just think it's going to take him a little time because he's undersized as a power forward and not quite skilled enough yet to play the small forward.
Now here's Matthews after the miss from McLemore. And Matthews kicks to Lillard. Hits it from 3.
And we both go to.
You really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Portland on defense. And for Robinson offensively, do you think he can turn around, Steve?
Well, he's got a lot of athleticism. I think he's best suited as a rebounder, a guy who can come in with great energy, probably off the bench, but he doesn't have a polished offensive postgame at this point.
Here is Matthews following the basket by DeMarcus Cousins. Aldridge a string. Lillard attacking. Rejected by Bell. And it's going to be out of bounds.
That's rejected.
Blazers will retain possession. Only 3 games until the start of the playoffs. Let's see how the West will be won. Take a look at the Kings. They are the favorite right now to lock up the #1 seed for playoff time. Sitting in first place right now and not looking like they, maybe slowing down at all. And of course, Portland. They're much further down in the standings right now.
Well, I think for Sacramento, they've been the story of the regular season in my mind, smashing expectations and really taking the league by storm.
Yeah, they've been impressive, no doubt about it. Among the league's best as we approach the postseason.
That one goes. Count it.
In the putback.
Bell's got 6.
Well, you got to love his determination on the glass, coming out of the gate strong.
A moment to check in with Doris Brooke. Doris?
Well, a moment ago, Terry Stotts and I were able to chat. He told me he's wary about how they'll contend with DeMarcus Cousins inside. He said he's a beast in there, no doubt about it. Size, length, strength, and a ton of skill. The talent is really off the charts with him. And guys, he knows it won't be easy to muscle Cousins away from the rim, but he said that's what they've got to find a way to do. It won't be easy.
All right, Doris, thanks. And good on the basket. Book it.
And the layup just gift-wrapped right there. I mean, he had a clear path to the basket.
Lillard against Bell. Lillard dishes to Batum. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Batum. A 3 from Matthews. And it's Matthews again missing. Looking at Portland, they took a win in their last game against New Orleans.
And what that game came down to, guys, was their ability to use that three-point shot so effectively.
The work they did on the perimeter was absolutely outstanding. Way too much for that defense to be able to handle.
Dishes to Lillard. Robinson passes to Lillard. Outside for Batum. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
And, you know, a great start for last season's Rookie of the Year, Damian Lillard. Assuming in young point guards in the NBA.
Our free throw is good from Lillard. And for Lillard, he came a long way from being a lightly recruited player out of high school and being a star at a small school, Weber State, to the number 6 pick in the 2012 draft and a day 1 starter for the Blazers.
But you know, Kevin, he doesn't seem like the guy who's going to be satisfied with just winning Rookie of the Year. He's got more in store. He's got more on his mind, becoming an all-star, becoming a winner. And it's going to be important for him to continue to work on his game and develop.
Well, when we were riding over tonight in the car to the arena, you were saying, I love his demeanor.
Yeah, and his work ethic, just the way he carries himself.
Bell's shot is good.
Two.
The position they're in right now, thanks in no small part to the show that he's putting on in this period.
And Matthews kicks to Robinson. Lillard outside. Robinson a screen on Bell. And here's Matthews, the 3. Portland no good that time either.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
And another hit. Shot made once more from Bell. Bell's got 12 points in the game. Last outing for Sacramento, they won that game against the Thunder.
Yeah, it didn't seem to be much of a challenge for them in that game. It seemed like they scored at will, not much defense that they were facing.
Yep, they had the defense on its heels early the entire game, and actually nearly the entire game, and no matter what unit was out there, looked like a mismatch to me.
There's a bucket, good.
So they've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
Well, and that's why they're on this run, guys. They're getting the ball inside and getting really high percentage looks.
Now, here's Lillard against New Orleans, who is really on his game. Count the bucket.
Mid-range jumper becomes a pretty high percentage shot for him when he has that kind of space.
Kings leading now by 5. Bell off a bit from Cousins. And Bell kicks to Cousins. And stolen by Lillard.
Good steal, dude.
The dish to Batum. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Well, for the Portland Trailblazers, a new training staff hired over from Oklahoma City. They let go of their previous trainer who'd been with the team for 19 seasons. You know, fair or not, I think the seat got hot after all the injuries that were really devastating this team.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Thompson, he's checked in for Cousins. And it's Patterson in for Carl Landry. Bell dishes to Thompson. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam. An indication there of why the scoreboard looks like it does. Very passive defense.
But the finish was anything but passive.
No, he hammered that down, Clark. Superb above the rim action.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
During that break, Coach Mike Malone had some words for his team. He told the team he wanted their offense to run through Big Dog. Coach wants him to go from one of the key guys to the key guy. And from the way he responded in the huddle, I think he's up to the challenge. So still in the opening quarter, and already some adjustments being made. Back to you, Kevin.
Great. Thanks for the report.
That means
Doris.
Malone is going to come in.
Even from here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
Yep, pretty obvious. And a good call by the official.
And for the Blazers,
We're not.
basically the most injured team in the NBA, Clark, from 2009 through 2012.
And the new training staff is advanced in not just injury treatment, but injury prevention. And that's key, using strength bands, recording baseline measurements for muscle strength and flexibility, even using Eastern medicine. So they're not leaving any stone unturned.
If I'm him, I'm looking to move the ball the rest of the quarter because he cannot buy a shot.
And he gets it to go.
And the story of this game in the early stages is just how well they've been shooting the ball.
Steve, their percentage from the floor is really impressive up to this point.
And it's Big Dog with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Already his second foul. He's in danger of getting into very serious foul trouble early in this game.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Clark comes in for Andre Karolinka. And it's Bellinelli in for McLemore. Here's Freeland. the feed to Lillard. Here's the three. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Their last encounter was in Sacramento.
Yeah, that last meeting, they won the game, and remember, it was a huge day for the bench. I mean, they got
Bang.
some key points from their reserves.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Yeah. Gotta play it smart.
He feeds it to Matthews. Back to Lillard. Batum for three. There's the bucket. Good. Batum's got 5 points so far. Steve talked about the contribution they got from their bench in winning this matchup last time, Clark, and it was a great game for them in that regard.
Kevin, it really was. I mean, the depth they have was apparent on that day. I mean, there was no drop-off when they went to their bench, and the coach has to be extremely confident knowing that his reserves can handle their weight.
The shot. Shot is off. So the Kings will take it the other way. Three-pointer, Bell. It's rebounded by Freeland. Trailblazers trail by 9. That's a 2 from Matthews. Batum passes to Freeland and blocked. Tries yet again. Here's Lopez. Now Bell. 21 points in the game. Patterson a screen on Lillard. Bell with it. Lillard picks him up, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard.
Wow, that's 3 in the first quarter. And
That's 3 for Dame Dollar.
Here's Aldridge. A 26-point game for him in the win against New Orleans.
boy, he had it going offensively, just living at the line.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Maybe that'll ignite. I mean, impossible not to get pumped up after that. At least I think that would be the case.
Well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are. Look at them. They are pumped up.
Yeah, they're geek.
That's what those alley-oops do, though.
Lillard and Matthews pair up in the backcourt. Robinson and Aldridge down low. And it's Batum in at the three, the small forward. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Now, here's Lillard after the miss from Bell. And Matthews kicks to Lillard. In low to Aldridge. Out of bounds, Sacramento will take possession. A moment now to look at the all-time list for blocks in a season. 7'4", Mark Eaton with 5.5 blocks a game. Wow.
that is a ridiculous number, Kevin. Eaton was a two-time Defensive Player of the Year. He's a fourth-round pick out of UCLA back in 1982. Tell you what, he sure panned out for the Jazz. You know, the height difference there is huge, but he canceled it out with great body control in the air.
Exactly, Steve. He got to the hoop and wouldn't allow himself to be manhandled by the big boy.
Now, here is Robinson. 9-point game his last outing. Shot clock at 5. Matthews into the lane. Shot is off. Great D that time from McLemore.
You know, with the troubles he's had butting heads with coaches and others, you might wonder why the team keeps putting up with Cousins' antics. Well, I'll tell you why. The greater your talent, the longer your rope. Because this kid does have talent.
Landry dishes to Kirilenko. Lillard against Bell. And he gets the bucket. And now it's an 11-point Kings lead. And Clark, you mentioned Cousins' problems. There were some rumblings last season that the Kings might look to trade him, Steve. And I think there would be some teams that would say, you know what, this is a quality guy that maybe needs a new environment.
I think teams would be very interested in him. The question is, how much would they be willing to give up? Because it is a bit of a risk, not knowing exactly what you're getting. But Cousins, an intriguing talent. There's no doubt about that.
Sacramento leading by 11. Here's Bell. Again, Sacramento.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, I mean, they're just getting pounded in there. The defense not offering much resistance. They've got to force the ball back out to the perimeter.
Here's Batum after the made shot from Bell. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Lillard. Batum attacking. Another
That
shot.
close out.
And it's good on the way in. Batum's got 9.
So the defense just looked a little lazy on the glass there.
Yeah, nobody boxing out. That's inexcusable.
Bell against Lillard. Cousins, that time on the assist by Bell. Bell's got 4 assists in the game.
You know, they're being very one-dimensional right now, going to the post every time. But if it works, you don't need another dimension.
Well, they're taking this defense to task, quite honestly. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
You better keep your hands up if you've been playing with these guys over the past month, because if you're open, they'll find you. And you look at Bell, an uncommonly gifted passer, leading the league in assists.
Well, this kind of ball distribution is necessary for a team to succeed now and later in the season. He can keep it up. I think more guys on the squad will get involved and produce at a higher level.
And finished off by Robinson.
Well, I love that aggression. Forget about the tip. Just grab the thing and slam it home.
Well, what a way to get second chance points.
Yeah, don't take any risks. Just put that ball back in the hoop.
That was easy.
Nicely done. They just continue to dominate inside. That's 10 points in a row in the lane.
It's now purely here it comes. See if you can stop it.
Now, here's Lillard. He's got 9. Outside Robinson. Lillard, the pass to Aldridge. Shot from the low block. Here's Robinson, and the rebound paying off as they go down 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
It's a great play under the boards for him. And, you know, that's the standard that he sets. It seems like all those second chance points, I mean, they're there for him game in, game out.
Bell against Lillard. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
You following Thomas Robinson?
Season player efficiency ratings. I love this statistic. Wilt Chamberlain, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, and we've got some more modern talent representing as well.
Yeah, you're talking the elites of the game when you go down that list. Interesting to see a new school stat kind of juxtaposed with the old school legends, but you know, the rankings obviously make sense if those guys are at the top.
Now here's Matthews. He had a 30-point outing their last game against New Orleans. Good.
Now they're finally starting to shoot the ball a little bit better now.
You know, I thought this was the kind of play they needed in the first quarter, but as I always like to say, it's better late than never.
Here is Bell. He's got 29 points. And down it goes, jamming that one home. Nice job for the combination that time. Clark to get to the rim.
We know he can bounce, and right there an example of how dangerous he is when he's got a path to the hoop.
And you love the versatility, guys. Being a point guard, and in this situation, they tack on 2 more points, expanding the lead in a pretty deflating way for the defense.
And, you know, for the Kings, with the new ownership group, a new coach, a new front office, and a new
slam it.
downtown arena on the horizon, it's exciting times for the Kings fans, and a lot of newfound optimism around this team, too.
Here's Lillard after the made shot from Bell. And Lillard kicks to Aldridge. Batum for 3. Sacramento grabs the miss. Landry's got 3 rebounds now in this one. And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. Big Dog, in their last matchup against the Thunder, was just a man on a mission. He finished with an incredible amount of points, and that scoring outburst set a new season high for him in what was a great exhibition on his part. Numbers like that
stop
make you
complaining.
anxious to see what
Get up.
he can do next
Get
time
your ass
out.
up.
Great job, Doris. Thank you, guys. It's going to be very interesting to see if he can stay in a role like that tonight.
I agree with you there. I mean, he obviously hit on something that brought out the best in him, and you can be sure he's going to take the exact same approach in this one.
Definitely. And as confident a player as he already was, now he's got to be feeling absolutely unstoppable.
And the Kings, a team that experienced a period of great success in the 90s, back the late 90s and early this century. But they had undergone a 7-year playoff drought, and Steve, times had gotten pretty dire.
Well, there's a lot of change in the air in Sacramento. New ownership, new management, new coaching, and some young talent with Ben McLemore. So I think there's hope going forward for the Sacramento Kings.
Here is Lillard. He's got 11. And that one's good. Lillard's got 13 points. Sacramento leading by 16. Bell off the pick from Landry. Bell dishes to Landry.
And you look at Landry, and he does lack the size of most power forwards, but he's excellent at finishing around the goal and helps him keep defenders honest with a nice, reliable outside shot, too. Shooting 100% in the quarter. They've made them all, taking full advantage at the line.
Well, it's a nice job of really making the most of their opportunities.
Thompson, he's checked in for the Kings. Clark comes in for Andre
I
Kirilenko.
bet it's Mr. Watson. Mr. Backup.
Outside Matthews. Lock at 6. And it's good with time running down in the shot clock. Matthews has got his second basket of the night. And Carl Landry's such a great knack for scoring around the rim.
He's a tough guy, a genuine tough guy. He gets the ball in the paint, he'll go up and score with little jump shots or maybe put-back shots. Great hands and really keeps himself in good condition.
Here is Watson after the Kings pick up 2. Matthews passes to Robinson.
Shit.
Kicks to Watson. Lopez, a screen on Bell. Watson's shot is off.
Well, it's the edge they've had in that area on the glass that's played a big role in this game.
Yeah, they've got some strong guys, Steve. Guys that are strong and well put together, and they've used that strength to their advantage down low. They're perfectly content to keep going to that mid-range jumper. If the defense is going to give it to them, they'll take it all day.
Yeah, why not? I mean, you have to just take what's there, and as long as you're moving the ball and getting good shots, that's all that matters.
Out of bounds, Trailblazers ball as Portland keeps possession. Some changes for some. Bell against Williams. Over to the left wing. The drive by Aldridge. Lopez. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. The Trailblazers have put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7. That one is off. Good on the second free throw. And for 3, Bell. No good on that last second attempt there. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been.
And now, brought to you by Sprint. Thanks for being with us here on the Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. And you know, Big Dog has been really making it happen.
A win here will
Yeah, he
make
played a
the
very
best for the
mature
playoffs.
first half offensively, just finding gaps and making good decisions, getting into the defense and knocking down shots.
Well, the way he played that first half, that's exactly what we're talking about when we say offensive efficiency.
On the court right now for the Kings, Landry and Cousins patrol the paint. McLemore the 2, Kirilenko the 3. And it's Bell in at the point guard position. Landry against Robinson. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam. Clark, can you believe it? A point guard who can soar like that?
Man, I tell you what, that's some major elevation there. That's a power finish for a player at any position.
Well, he is not afraid to take it inside. We know that.
And the shot is good. And that's 10 points for LaMarcus Aldridge.
Well, he's been a real positive factor for them today, although, you know, as a team, they've had a lot of negatives mixed in there as well.
Now, here is Bell. And that one is hammered home.
Big
To
time.
eat my nuts.
Emphatic.
He hangs on the rim, too, just for good measure.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with a little showboating out there.
Now, here's Lillard, and he lobs it up toward the rim, and Nicholas Batum with the slam.
Boy, the prettiest play in basketball to me. Executed to perfection.
I don't think you're going to get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop.
Well, unless you're the team getting dunked on, of course. I like the way they've played here in the first half. Just an intelligent floor game, getting good shots.
Numbers certainly back that up. They're shooting a much better percentage.
Now, here's Lillard. 13 points in the game. Puts it up from 17.
And in
Nice
the
block,
paint,
Boogie.
they have really shown some strength. Their work on the boards has been phenomenal.
Yeah, I'd certainly call it a mismatch, Steve, at least for today.
Lillard against Bell. Bell off the pick from Cousins. He used that pick just right. Bell's got 47 points.
What a top-notch game he's having. He's gotten them in front, and it sure seemed like he's going to keep them there. All by himself, it looks like.
And Lillard kicks to Aldridge. Puts up the baby hook. That is good. Aldridge has got 6 points in the quarter.
Coming out strong here in the third quarter. That's 4 for 5 shooting for this team.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Well, over the break, I listened in on what Terry Stotts had to say in his huddle. They need to get the ball into the post. He made that abundantly clear. Their entry passes haven't nearly been sharp enough for him. Well, they need to make something happen before the start of the fourth quarter, and maybe those changes will do the trick, Kevin.
Thanks again, Doris.
Wow, this game just a commanding performance for Bell. 49 points, and he hasn't wasted his chances from the charity stripe. A lot of points there.
Yeah, a lot of points, and those are freebies. Those are easy points. And the other thing that does, Clark, it allows you to get your defense set up at the other end.
Sacramento's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight.
You know, for now, the Trailblazers are still the basketball team in the Pacific Northwest. You know, Seattle made a strong push to acquire the Kings, made a record bid, but the owners decided that Sacramento had done its part to keep the Kings, and so Seattle has to wait.
Here's Lillard after the made shot from Bell.
Yeah, it's been 12 years later and still no.
Outside, Batum. And Lillard kicks to Aldridge. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Yeah, he's been cooking
And
DeMarcus.
Clark, going back, you know, the Blazers, one of 3 teams in the Pacific Northwest. You also have the Sonics in Seattle, and Steve, you know, the Vancouver Grizzlies.
And I think those 2 cities, particularly Seattle, Kevin, are strong contenders for a new NBA franchise. Of course, Seattle almost ended up with the Sacramento Kings, but when Sacramento was awarded the franchise, a lot of people felt like it was only a matter of time before Seattle would be granted an expansion team.
Now, here is Landry. He's got 5. Shot clock at 5. Cousins against Robinson. Offensive rebound. Bank shot. No good.
You can see how much the defense respects him. I mean, they were all over him on that look.
Lillard outside. Outside for Batum. From the arc. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. 14 points for Nicholas Batum.
Well, he's a spot-up shooter, one of the best. And one of those guys who, if you give him an inch, I mean, that's all it takes. He will let it fly and frequently knock down that shot.
And, you know, against him, Steve, as an opponent, you need to make sure you're making smart, crisp passes because he's so good at picking off the sloppy, loose ones.
Matthews dishes to Robinson. Kicks it out to Lillard. Offensive rebound. Robinson, that's good. Robinson's got 8 points.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow just like he got there.
Bell against Lillard. Cousins with a screen on Lillard. In low to Cousins. Here's Landry. Robinson with the ball. Out of bounds. Kings ball as Sacramento keeps possession. And you talk about huge single-game scoring performances like we're watching here tonight. Going back, only one player, think of this, only one player in NBA history to go triple digits. And that's the Big Dipper, Wilt Chamberlain, on March 2nd, 1962.
Yeah, 100 points. I mean, one of those records that stood a long time, and perhaps no player has so single-handedly dominated the game the way Wilt did.
Here is Lillard following the 3 from Bell. And the basket by Lillard. Lillard's got 17.
Just seems like they're finding an open lane to the hoop every time down. That's 5 buckets in a row for them in the paint.
Yeah, on the flip side, Steve, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior.
And he gets it to go. 56 points for Big Dog.
Very well done that time. Found the best look possible.
Lillard against Bell. Lillard the pass to Robinson. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Robinson playing well. He's got 8 points and a block.
Let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for Sacramento.
Anytime you get as many points in the paint as they have, you know you've got a good thing going and you just want to keep it going.
And I'll tell you, the other thing, guys, is the mid-range shot has been something that's really worked well for them tonight.
Thompson, he's checked in for Sacramento.
Well, good idea setting that screen, but the execution wasn't there.
No, it sure wasn't. I mean, you want it to be hard, but it also has to be legal.
And the Kings making a change here. Patterson's checked in. Now, here's Lillard. He's got 17. Pass to Robinson. And he slams it one-handed.
You gotta love the use of the bounce pass there. Perfect feed.
Here is Bell.
Well, Damian Lillard played in a small school. Came out of Weber State. But the Blazers liked what they saw, and anybody who watched Damian Lillard liked what they saw. I mean, he was the most effective pick-and-roll player in the college game at Weber State. They knew with the prominence of that play in the NBA that he had a skill that would translate well to the pros. And boy, did it ever.
Here's Batum after the made shot from McCallum. Three-pointer, Lillard, and the basket good. Lillard's got 7 points for the quarter.
This guy will really make you pay if you leave him enough room outside.
Kings leading now by 21. And for Lillard, running that pick and roll, he grasps the nuances, doesn't he? Looking off the weak side defender, all the little things, the mind games even, to make that play work so well.
Well, it was on-the-job training for him last year, Kevin, in his rookie season, because all of a sudden he was seeing defenses he hadn't seen before. Blitzes and blues and people going under or over, and you have to navigate your way through those things as a point guard, but he did an awfully good job of it.
Well, you were telling me a great story that his college coach kept showing him all kinds of pick and rolls with Steve Nash and all kinds of NBA players, the way those point guards would navigate. And he picked it up, and by the time he was a senior in college, he had it down. His finishes can be dazzling, especially Clark at his side.
Well, you look at a guy who doesn't have the height of some other big-time dunkers, and it always looks better, and he certainly makes up for the lack of height with that athleticism.
Yeah, his leaping ability is just off the charts, guys.
And it's the Trailblazers with the ball after the Kings pick up 2.
Very porous defense down there by the hoop. He probably should make that one.
Got that one up quick.
Damn.
Bell's got 60.
Now he's playing with an edge here, playing extremely well offensively here in the second half.
And Lillard kicks to Lopez. Lillard with it, guarded now by DeMarcus Cousins. That is good. 22 points for Lillard.
And you can feel the pattern of this game, guys. They're working it inside, dominating in the paint, getting good shots at will.
Well, 4 of their last 5 baskets, guys, have been of exactly that variety.
And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. And we take a moment to check out the all-time seasons and scoring average. Lo and behold, the great Wilt Chamberlain, the former Kansas Jayhawk, featuring certainly prominently here.
No surprise there, Kevin. I mean, he averaged 50 points for a season. Think about that. Of course, it was a different era for the NBA. There were 20 or 30 more field goal attempts per game than we see now. Much faster game, much looser defense, but still 50 a game. Think about that. See the way he times his passes so well? That was a great assist.
Portland's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Passes to Matthews. Lopez sets a screen for Matthews. Excellent use of the screen that time. Batum's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Trailblazers. Kings leading now by 22. And Bell kicks to Cousins. Lopez with the steal. Pass to Lillard. Outside, Batum. Lopez outside. There's the pass to Matthews. 4 on the clock. A three-pointer, no good. Sacramento's gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. Kirilenko against Robinson. McCallum, the pass to Bell. Outside Kirilenko. Patterson dishes to Bell. And Robinson comes to help. No good from Bell. Portland's gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. Lillard attacking. Lopez up top. He kicks it to Matthews. From about 16, and it's Matthews again missing.
Oh boy, he is just cold as ice. I don't think he's going to be the one to help them cut into the lead. And as hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan should be simple. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Now, here's Lillard. 22 points for him. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Lillard's got 11 here in this quarter alone.
They're not as aggressive from the outside here, but maybe they should think about stretching the defense a little bit, like they did in the first half. I mean, stretching the defense makes it easier to score inside, too.
Lillard left side, and it's Big Dog with the foul. That's his third foul of the game. And the Kings will go for a different look here.
14 foul. Substitution on the court.
On defense, Sacramento. Here's Cram. Williams kicks to Aldridge. And it's blocked by Bell. But they'll get another chance. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession.
That's a major mental mistake. I mean, there's no other way for me to describe it. He didn't know where he was on the court. That's a basic fundamental. You have to be alert to where you are.
The Trailblazers shooting at 48% from the floor. Looking good. Kirilenko against Aldridge. Feeds it to Williams. Aldridge, the pass to Williams. Uses the glass to finish the weight.
Kirilenko
Williams
was
has
like
got his second bucket of the game to go.
rotating.
Boy, nice work inside. Tough to get that
But that's
shot
not
over
bad.
a big defender like that.
No, that takes skill and creativity, Steve, particularly on the release to make sure he doesn't get a hand on it.
Here's Bell. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the strike for two. It's on LaMarcus Aldridge. And he knocks down the first one. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Here's Williams. The shot is off. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been
On tap.
And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
This was a showstopper, wasn't it? Just a difficult
Good
pass to
game.
make, and he makes it flawlessly. Just set up that alley-oop.
Kings leading now by 22. We've got LaMarcus Aldridge. Williams is out there with McCollum. Then there's Batum. And it's Crabbe in at the small forward position. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Now, here is Bell. Williams with the steal. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Here's Aldridge.
Come on, can you stop him?
No
Damn.
mistake on the slam dunk.
The defense just lets him go there.
And once he hit the open floor, there was no looking back. Straight to the rack.
Bell against Williams. Shoots from the elbow. Works a big high bounce and goes in. 66 points for Big Dog.
I don't know of too many other players, Kevin, who have his level of concentration offensively. Just seems to have that singular focus you need as a shooter that, you know, even if a defender's all over you, you still just lock in and let it go.
And you know, he is an extremely skilled player attacking off the dribble, too. I mean, he's got a great pull-up jumper as well, Steve. It's been a good night for Batum. He's got 17 points, and he sprayed home 3 3-pointers as well.
Yeah, productive day for him from long range.
Sacramento making a switch here. McLemore is checked in. He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
Well, the business of the NBA in pretty good stead. The Kings sold back in May for a record price of $525 million, and the Seattle group had offered even more. Team values certainly on the rise around the league. Better arenas, more lucrative TV contracts. Part of the reason that's the case.
Williams kicks to Aldridge. Aldridge left side. And back to the bidding war for the Kings with the great offer from the Seattle group. Steve, do you think there's a chance the league could expand to Seattle?
I think so, especially with that tremendous offer that the Seattle group put forward. And now the new CBA, it's made it much more favorable for the owners. I think in the next few years, we will see at least one expansion team, maybe two.
A shot by Bellinelli. No good. Trailblazers trail by 21. McCollum dishes to Aldridge. McCollum passes to Williams. Here's Robinson. Battles through traffic and lays it in.
And they're beginning to fall apart a little bit defensively, especially inside.
Well, that's 4 straight buckets now at the rim.
Williams against Bell. He dishes it to Landry. Bellinelli for 3, and another 3 for Sacramento.
And assists like that have typified their effort today. Great ball movement.
Really an example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Now here's Williams. Dishes it to Robinson. Out of bounds, Sacramento takes possession. DeMarcus Cousins. He's checked in for Andrei Kirilenko. Kings leading now by 22. Bell with it from 13, and the jumper is on the mark.
They're going to have to tighten up defensively, guys, because they're
That's
really
too
giving
good,
up way
man.
too many open looks.
Outside Williams. There's the dish to Aldridge. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. 17 points for Aldridge.
My, he is so adept at finishing in the low post.
Here's Bell. Cousins trying to free himself up. And the baseline jumper no good from Bell. And Batum kicks to Matthews. Lots of room. Cousins pulls it in. Cousins has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Bell against Williams. Now here is Bell. He's guarded closely, and he gets the bucket. Bell's got 6 in the quarter.
Boy, that was impressive, Clark. He did not hesitate to take the ball right up against the bigger defender.
Boy, I like that aggressive mindset there, Steve.
Now here's Williams. Got a piece of it. And Sacramento has possession. Bell with it. And Batum picks him up defensively. Bellinelli dishes to Bell. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Now Williams. The feed to Aldridge. Wide open. And that one's good. Aldridge has got 13 points in the second half.
Smart. Use that big height advantage. Get the shot off.
Well, it's hard to put a big man on him, Steve, that far from the hoop. I mean, he's versatile.
Now, here is Bell. He feeds it to McLemore. Just 5 on the clock. The 3, and another 3 for Sacramento.
Getting the feel out there from long range, guys. That's his second 3 of the half.
The Trailblazers have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. Matthews passes to Robinson. The kick out to Williams. The tray, and that's good. Robinson picking up the assist. And it's 9 points for Mo Williams.
As long as they keep spraying them from deep, we're going to have ourselves one exciting finish.
Well, it took them a while, but they're finally starting to get some rhythm offensively on the outside.
Andrei Kirilenko is checked in for Bellinelli. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. I was able to hear the advice Mike Malone gave to his team during that last break. He's concerned with what he called their lack of effort on the defensive glass, saying he wanted to see them exerting a lot more energy to prevent second chance opportunities. It's pretty late in the game to be altering the game plan, but they're going to come out with a different look here, guys. Back to you.
And as always, Doris, thank you. Now, here's Lillard. Here we go, one-on-one. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Guys, that's simply superb. Ball pressure, a run out, and then a dunk in transition.
Exactly, Clark, what they wanted. The aggressive defense to lead to.
Yeah, points in transition.
That's why you want to make the other team feel uncomfortable handling the ball, because you can get easy points out of it at the other end.
Here's Batum after the Kings pick up 2. Lillard, right side. Trailblazers keep it alive, and that is good. 16 points for Robinson.
And he's made the most of his chances, hasn't he? He really needs to continue to work for those good looks.
8 seconds.
And here's Bell. That's good.
Boy, this defense is getting eaten up on the inside, guys, giving up far too many free runs to the rim.
And they haven't been able to return the favor. I mean, their offense in the paint has not been up to par.
Now, here's Lillard. Robinson down low. He's against Landry. Robinson misses. Sacramento's gone 6 of 8 on three-pointers in the game, an outstanding 75% mark. Now, here is Bell. Not enough on that one as it misses. The Trailblazers have gone 7 of 11 from the floor in the final quarter so far. Been some solid looks for them. Open shot, Batum from out on the wing. He knocks it down. Batum's got 20. Sacramento's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Lillard against Bell. Puts it up from 15, and again it's Sacramento converting.
Wow, such a steady hand. He's the one responsible
81.
for getting this late lead.
Can't argue with that at all, Steve. His shooting percentage has been off the charts.
Now, here is Robinson. Kicks it out to Lillard. Second chance shot. Robinson dishes to Aldridge.
Some great play by LaMarcus Aldridge tonight. He's got 19 points, and he's tacked on a couple of blocks today, too.
Yeah, and I think that's been important because it's established a nice defensive presence for his team. You know, a big part of the success of LaMarcus Aldridge is his versatility. You can play power forward, you can slide him over and move him to the center spot, but he's very difficult for anybody to handle. Almost 7 feet tall and extremely skilled.
Sacramento making a switch here. Thompson, he's checked in for Cousins. Patterson comes in for Carl Landry. Clark, he's checked in for Andre Karolinko. And it's Fredette in for McLemore. And Thompson kicks to Bell. No good off the front iron. Well, going back to Aldridge for a second, he really does have the skill set of a power forward Clark and the body of a center.
Yeah, you know, that versatility is really impressive. When you think about a big guy guarding him, he can take him outside and utilize that jumper and quickness.
Under 10 seconds left to go on the shot clock.
He'll back him down and work him over inside.
Portland with the ball after the miss from Bell. Rejected by Bell. Out of bounds, Trailblazers ball as Portland keeps possession. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Lopez is checked in. Here's Freeland. With 1 second left. Out of bounds, Trailblazers ball as Portland keeps possession.
That's a B Belloc. See what I did there?
Here's Crab. Another miss. Boy, they had their chance there, but couldn't get it to go. Sacramento's gone 6 of 8 on three-pointers in the game, an outstanding 75% mark. Now, here is Bell. He's covered by Watson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Bell, that's a two-pointer. Here's Thompson. Makes it off the glass.
Well, one of the reasons I like Jason Thompson is he's not afraid to be physical inside. He loves to chase down loose balls, get offensive rebounds, constantly fighting his opponent for position.
Yeah, very much a workmanlike approach to playing in the post from Thompson. He just puts in his time each game and comes away with some nice numbers. Now Bell, after the missed 3 from Claver. 1:37 left in the game. Patterson can't get it to go.
A clear look at the hoop. He doesn't miss many of those.
And guys, with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who's watched it. I mean, just a total mismatch in a true show of strength for the Kings.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, Stephen Clark. An all-around dominant performance. Clark, and you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did, and they just cracked it open and made it an NC. No contest.
Yeah, I like that. Well, in a dominant year where we've watched this team battle night in and night out all season long, this will bring their win total to an impressive 69.
Well, you look back at this one, and what an amazing performance this has been for Big Dog. He just looked like an orchestrator out there, keeping his teammates involved, running to the open spots. I mean, he would constantly find them more often than not.
Lopez, no luck. Sacramento's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Fredette, the pass to Bell. To the paint. Clark dishes to Thompson. Sacramento moving it around. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Well, if it wasn't already out of reach, it is now.
Hit it, Jimmer.
Just keep on firing, man. No reason to slow down now.
Well, you look at Jimmer Fredette, the leading scorer in the nation his senior season at BYU. A huge star, unlimited range on that jump shot. And we know he can shoot and he can score, but the challenge will be to find a position in the NBA. Is he a point guard? Is he a two guard? I think eventually he'll find a role and be very productive.
Lopez, no luck. Sacramento's gotten 2/3 of their three-pointers to fall tonight. They're 6 of 9 overall. Kicks it to Clark. Pass to Thompson. It's Bell on the wing. Doubled by Freeland. And that one's good by Clark.
Well, the fans already heading for the exits, clearly not pleased.
Yeah, you missed the whole possession. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
With the way their home team played here today.
And they shouldn't be pleased. I mean, it's a very well-deserved win, Steve. They came into this building and weren't intimidated at all. They were the aggressors.
So it's the Kings winning this one easily.
Gentlemen, I'm here with DeMarcus Cousins. And DeMarcus, tell us what the team did tonight that made you guys so effective.
Sharing the ball.
And yeah, that eliminates the Blazers from the playoffs. Really, a scrimmage? shot. Okay. My whole team here. Finally make a 3. Boom! That's game.
Your flight crew wants to be the first to welcome you to Los Angeles. Please prepare for landing.
Yeah, I'm gonna need like these 3 probably. Anyway, that's gonna do it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Have a good one, and I'm out.